there is an appointed time for everything and a time for every affair under the heavens.
God has made everything appropriate to its time, but has placed eternity into human hearts. I recognize that there's nothing better than to rejoice and to do one's best during this life, and that all can eat and drink and enjoy the fruit of our labor. Indeed, this is the gift of God.
Greetings, my friends. I hope you all are doing well. In Cincinnati, fall has arrived, and the leaves are beginning to change colors, a beautiful array of yellows, reds, oranges, and browns. The days are cooler and the nights are drifting towards freezing. Nature has its rhythm. Here in southwest Ohio, there's a slow movement from summer, so green, fertile, and colorful, to the fall, with colors of a different voice, and speaking to us of the coming of winter with the cold ice and snow, along with the shorter days of sunshine. Winter is a resting period for the earth, but soon in spring there is new life, the promise hidden in the first green shoot and bud that the grip of winter is soon to be no more. The Paschal mystery, the suffering, death, resurrection, and ascension of Jesus, is lived out in nature's changing of the seasons. And in a similar rhythm, think of the butterflies like the beautiful monarchs. There is a metamorphosis, a changing in their life cycle, as the caterpillar enters the chrysalis stage, soon giving way to a beautiful butterfly. In nature, there is a dying and rising, death to new life, over and over and over again. The Paschal mystery, or the Paschal rhythm, is a part of our personal life journey with the Lord. When we look in the mirror, we see the image of God within us, but the image is not clear. The mirror has some dust that clouds this image. We have some attitudes and behaviors that contradict the image of God within. These must die so that Christ can live fully through us. Just like the butterfly cannot spread its wings and fly without the death of the caterpillar and the transformation in the chrysalis stage, so too we must participate in this Paschal mystery, death to all that is not Christ, so that Christ can live fully through us.
Living a spiritual life, living the Christian life, being human for that matter, requires that we're open to occasional changes of heart. For some people, such conversions come about as a sudden inner change. Some people find themselves awakened by great disappointment or even tragedy in such a way that it forces a reordering of their priorities. Others face decisive moments in life that demand a choice from which there is to be no turning back. But for many of us, such movements are not unlike the changing of seasons, a long and sometimes quiet process of transformation that is much more subtle and gradual than it is obvious. Until all of a sudden, things have changed in ways that will last. What might be the changes that God is inviting you to at this point in your life, at this time? Is there a shedding of old patterns, habits, and ways of being that God is calling you to, just as the trees will soon begin to drop their leaves? What approaches to daily living no longer serve you? Have you outgrown? Which of these cloud your vision, or perhaps stand in the way of you following Jesus more fully? What obstacles get in the way of your loving God with all your heart and with all your being, and loving your neighbor as yourself?
God of creation, as we move through this season of fall, Aware as we are of the physical changes that the season brings, make us also aware of the changes of heart to which you call each of us.
May the rhythm of our lives in the coming weeks and months reflect the changing of the seasons so that we might grow in your spirit.
Help us to shed the habits and patterns of behavior that stand in the way of love, and make room in our hearts and in our lives for an embrace of your goodness and your love in all that we do. Amen.